Good evening from Quincy High School Gymnasium, and a Happy New Year on this January 4th. First games of the new year for the Quincy High Blue Devils as they come in 13-4 and host the Moline Maroons, coming in 4-13. Blue Devils are 4-0 in the 4-2 in the conference, and Moline is 1-4. And welcome, I'm Jeff Wellman. As we start off a new year, we had an exciting holiday season with all four teams. Actually, the Lady Raiders took the holiday season off as they were 16-1 at the break. But the Blue Devil girls went up to the State Farm Classic, had a nice tournament, finished third in the tournament, going 3-1, and they're ready to come back in the Western Big Six. This is the last game of the first round of the Western Big Six. And, of course, this is the pregame show, and our coaches' comments coming up will be brought to you by QHS Hyundai and QHS Hyundai. And they had a great year as well. They look forward to the new year. And if you need a new car, maybe a used car, stop by Honda and Hyundai. QHS will help you out. Faith, family, and giving back. Hey, with that, let's go ahead and check in with Coach Brad Dance and see what his thoughts were. We talked to him a little bit before the ball game. And welcome back to the pregame show, brought to you by QHS Honda and Hyundai. With me, Brad Dance, the head of the Quincy High Blue Devil girls. And, Coach, we just got done with a great Christmas. Did you have a good Christmas, first of all?
We did, yes. It was nice to be with the family for a few days before we got on the road trip.
And get away from, of course, school as well on that, too. Went to the State Farm Classic for the first time. How was the experience?
We really enjoyed it. We had a good time. The girls enjoyed it. I mean, we got obviously 3 nights in a hotel room, and but you know they had fun. We ate at some different places, and we played some pretty good basketball. So all in all, it was a good trip for everybody.
And with a pretty good basketball, 3-1, got third place. I tried to give you second place every time I kept talking about it the night after. But a great performance out there, and really one game that, a couple questionable calls out there, but still a 42-40 overtime loss is all you had there.
Yeah, we had chances, so it was a good experience for us. We got to see 4 quality opponents, and that's what we wanted to do, and that's why we went there. So we were excited about that, and I was very pleased the way our girls bounced back on that Saturday after a short turnaround, and they played really well and great effort on that Saturday to come home with third place.
We had some good games there. Of course, Foley had 26 in one game. Jada Brown had 31 in the last game. Those are nice performances.
They are. It's always nice when your post can do that. But those two work so well together, and they feed off each other. So it's fun to watch them, and it's a good group right now, and everybody's sharing the basketball.
You nailed it right there because everybody's got about 2.5 assists. I think Jada Brown might have 1.5 to 2, but it's equal all the way across the board.
Yeah, it is, and we talk about that all the time. Don't let the ball stick, and make sure you're sharing it. And the girls really take pride in that. We talk about our defense daily, obviously, but we really take pride in getting the ball to the open person, finding the open one. Whether it doesn't matter who it is, as long as we can get the basket.
All right, first semester's over. Report card time, since it is school. What do you give your team? Not so much a grade, but evaluate them for a semester.
I thought we did a very good job. It was we had some ups and downs. Offensively, we weren't, I don't think, as in tune as we needed to be. We're doing a little bit better here lately. As a teacher, I'd give us an A-. I think defensively we're right there with anybody that we're going to play all year. Offensively, we're getting more consistent, but every coach wants 100% execution on the offensive end, but realistically that's not going to happen, but we can strive for that and keep working for that. So I'm very pleased where we're at right now. And we look at our losses. You're talking about O'Fallon, a team that's ranked out there. Galesburg ranked, I think, number 3. East Moline getting picks in the conference, and Morton, they aren't shabby at all. Yeah, no, all 4 of our losses are the quality opponents. Outside of the O'Fallon loss, where I think we were a little bit overwhelmed the first time we saw them, which hopefully we'll get to see them again later in the postseason. But all our losses have been right there. And that's all you can ask for is a chance to compete and a chance to win at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, you kind of hope that maybe O'Fallon and Alton would go a different direction in postseason, but I think that's where we're heading no matter what.
Oh yeah, we'll end up at the O'Fallon regional. Alton will go to the other one because Alton will be 1, O'Fallon will be 2, we'll be 3. So it's not out, but it's not real hard to figure out. So
right.
That's the way it'll go. So you'll have to beat O'Fallon to win a regional, and I'm up for the challenge. I think it'll be fun. I think our girls will be excited to do it.
I think our size inside, I think we can match up with them. We don't have the extra height, but bottom line is you don't have to have that height if you play fundamental inside and play strong.
Yeah, and we play smart, and we've got a lot of basketball between here and there. And I was talking to the coaches. We just got to enjoy every day because this is a good group and it's a special group.
All right, here we go. Last game of the conference first round. Moline, I think 4-13 or so down at the bottom. Not as good as their boys team, but you can't take anybody for granted.
No, because this is the first game since the start of the new year for us, so we've got to come out, we've got to execute, and we talked about that the last yesterday at practice, and we've got to finally get a home game, so it's nice to come out and we're gonna come and give good effort tonight. So.
Good deal. Have some fun. Play some D. We'll see you after the game.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
And that's Coach Brad Dance. Of course, he's the Blue Devil coach. And, of course, sponsoring this, powered by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai. Coming up next, the Blue Devils and the Maroons right here, meccasportsco.com. And we are back at Quincy High Gymnasium. Jeff Wellman here. Thank you to Brad Dance for joining us for the pregame show. And thank you to Kunis Honda and Hyundai as they are powered our coaches' comments. Should be a good year for them. Should be a good year here for the Devils as we kick off 2024. Can't believe it's here. Fast holiday season, as you heard from Coach. We got the third place finish at the State Farm Classic. The girls played well, put together a nice weekend, nice week, I should say. And so got some other things done as well. Well, coming in tonight, we mentioned Moline is 4-13, 1-4 in the conference. The Blue Devils 13-4, 4-2 in the conference. Chad Struck out there giving us a wave. The Blue Devils average just under 54 points a game, and you heard about the defense, only 33.4 points a game, and an average victory of over 20 points a game. For Moline, they are only averaging about 41 points a game. They give up 57. So the Devils will look to put that defense out there on display and then push it down court, try to get the victory there. The first game was an overtime game, the sophomore game. Moline 46-45 in that one. I understand, talking to a fan here next to me, Moline sophomores were undefeated, so this would have been their first loss. They were missing a player tonight, but the Devils did a nice job out there. Speaking of the conference right now for the Western Big Six, Galesburg in the lead right now. They are 6-0. East Moline is 5-1. Devils have lost both those teams on the road. Quincy's 4-2 along with Alaman Catholic, also 4-2. Sterling's 1-4. Moline also 1-4. And Rock Island and Geneseo are both 1-5. I double check that Rock Island. I've got 1-4. I just don't think I updated it yet. Around the Western Big Six on this January 4th, of course, Moline is right here at Quincy with the matchup. We've got Galesburg hosting Alaman. That should be a good one right there, as Galesburg, we mentioned 6-0, Alaman 4-2. Galesburg on the season 17-1. I believe they are ranked number 3 in Class 3A, and Alaman Catholic 17-2. So there's a great matchup there tonight, and I believe Alaman is also receiving votes. They are 5th in Class 2A, so a great matchup there, and that is in Galesburg tonight. Geneseo is hosting East Moline, so they've got to deal with the Awu sisters. Sterling is hosting Rock Island and the other matchup there. So last round of the first round of the Western Big Six as the girls get going a little bit early. And as we mentioned, the rankings out there, they're out there. The rankings mean only as much as you put into them. And of course, looking at the rankings this early in the season, it makes you feel good if you're being mentioned. It tells you that you're doing well and you're living up to what your goals are. But the end of the season is the only rankings that are out there that really matter. And of course, that is where you finish at the end of the season. For the Blue Devils, though, right now, they are 9th at 13-4. They were 10th in the last poll up there, and so they've moved up. As we mentioned, Galesburg in 3A is third. They were 3rd before the break. Rock Island Alaman was 6th before the break. They move up to number 5. And East Moline is receiving votes in the 4A. And, of course, those are teams you heard Coach talking about going through Alton and O'Fallon at the end of the season. It will be a tough one, indeed. Hey, Jada Brown had 31 points in that performance the other night. 2 games before that, Taylor Foley had 26. And by the way, in the game at Bloomington High School against Springfield, Taylor Foley, 1,000 points in her career. Congratulations, Taylor. And, of course, while we were down in Collinsville, Bradley Loncourt III passed 1,000 points as well. So congratulations, Taylor and BL3. Brown averaged 17 points a game in that one. We're going to have the national anthem, so I'm going to take a step up and let the national anthem play. It might be a second here before we get it actually on. Don O'Brien on the call. We'll be traveling down to his neck of the woods, Highland, Illinois, for the Blue Devils on Saturday. And here we go. And, of course, that was the Quincy High School band. They play, of course, here at the girls' games as well as at the boys' games. And they are ready to rock it out here, getting ready for the starting lineups. Double check here on the lineup in here. I've got a number 23 in there. I wonder who that is. We'll have to figure that out. And actually right now they're actually honoring Taylor Foley with a plaque for her 1,000 point that she got on the road at Bloomington at the State Farm Classic. Congratulations, Taylor. Awesome job by Taylor. She got a basketball. 1,000 points in her career. We mentioned how well her and Jada Brown are playing as a freshman and a senior together inside with their passing. Doing an awesome job there. As we get to the lineup, I will be taking my headset off so I can figure out who number 23 is. And I'm just waiting for Donald Bryan to give me the last starter here. Okay, for the Maroons from Moline in their burgundy, trimmed in white. They will start number 13, actually number 14, Layla Jackson. She is a 5'9" senior. Then they've got number 20 in there, Bridget Machado, 5'3". Number 40, Talia Terrell. She's 5'8". Excuse me, the lights are down, so I'm having to squint a little bit here. I've got number 44, Marilyn Louise, 5'5". Where's number 44? 5'3", excuse me. And number 44, rounding it out, Baylin Marks, 5'10". And that's your lineup there for Moline. Number 23, maybe on a starter, I'm going to have to double check that. It's Evans who stepped up there, and they do not have her on the program. 1 second here. We'll see if she's a JV player. Nope, didn't see that at all. So, folks, we'll have to pick her up later on. And now let's get to the Blue Devils, now 13-4. Third place in the conference right now. They'll start. Number 4, Leah Chevalier, 5'8" senior. Your other starter, number 14, Miley Longcore, 5'8" freshman. Number 21, Jada Brown, she's 5'10", she's a freshman, not playing away now. Number 22, Layla Dade, 5'4" senior, and rounding the starting lineup, the 1,000-point scorer, number 42, Taylor Foley, a 6' senior of coaching the Blue Devils. Brad Dance along with Brad Bergman, Katie Klopper, and Greg Wellman. And that's your starting lineup there. As I was starting to say right before, Devils had a great performance. Everybody playing a little above themselves scoring-wise at the State Farm Classic. As we are ready here, lights come back on, and it's time for Blue Devil basketball. Devils will work right to left on your dial. Maroons left to right in the center circle. Talia Terrell And Taylor Foley for the Devils in the white trimmed in blue. Foley tips it to Dade. Dade crossovers, tries to make a pass. It's knocked back. She tried to hit Loncourt. Loncourt in the right corner. Foley got behind the basket on the pass. Ball's on the floor. Jada Brown got it as she fell down, kicked it to Foley. Devils have an extra set here. Glad to be with us. Jeff Wellman here, mechasportsco.com. Shooting out to Coach Pettit in Rockford. Jada Brown, top of the key, just off the three. Good pass from Taylor Foley on the baseline. Rebound Evans, number 23, will catch her first name next time Don O'Brien fires it out. Here's a pass, goes in the backcourt. Leah Chevalier hustles into the backcourt and knocking the ball out of bounds. Last touched by Terrell, and it'll be the Blue Devil basketball. Hope everybody had a great holiday season and a happy new year. Lots of basketball January and February. Chevalier sets the offense up. Jackson on her. Bounces out Foley to the left side. Loncourt going to shoot 1-3. Loncourt, good! ML14 with a three-pointer starts off the Devils. Up 3-0. Devils putting pressure. Down court. Foley with the block. Blocking Jackson. Jackson tracked it back down. Evans, excuse me. Foley gets the lost ball. Out to Loncourt. Long bounce pass and didn't get enough on it. Heading the other way is Luis. Rebound. Jada Brown on the shot. And it's fast-paced back and forth. Devils lead 3-0 in transition. Loncourt steps back for a three. No good. Weak side rebound. Brown was fighting for it. Last touch by Terrell, the Maroons. And so the Blue Devils will have the basketball on the baseline under their own basket. Nice crowd out here at Blue Devil Gymnasium. Actually, Quincy High Gymnasium. We say Blue Devil for Baldwin. Both called the Blue Devils, though. Chevalier on the right key. Top of the key, Loncourt was behind the screen, didn't have the shot. Now lobs it inside to Foley. Foley takes it from 6 feet in to the layup, no good with the left. Point blank, Devils had a couple opportunities. Played a minute and a half. Oh, a little hop on the left side, no good on the shot. Taken by Jackson. It looked like she might have traveled initially. Loncourt in transition. Right wing into the right corner to Foley. Foley, here's a Layla Dade. Nice job, Foley. Give her the assist, give Dade the basket. Layla cut from the top, down on the right side, in for the layup. Screen out high on her. Moline's left side, three-pointer no good. Weak side rebound, Jada Brown. Jada can dribble the basketball. Pink shoes and all. In the right corner, Foley. Brown made a cut to the basket. Foley now brings the ball back up. Dade has to track it down after she lost the handle. Layla drives down the lane, up, in, no good. Good drive, Evans with the rebound. Here come the Maroons. Terrell gets stopped. Loncourt takes the ball away. Trying to go into the corner to Machado. Ball was knocked out of bounds. Devils will have it again with 5:30 left first quarter action. Maroons drop back. Half court set. On the defense. Chevalier on the left wing. Loncourt goes to the right wing. Foley and Brown both go to the high post. Brown comes out to get the ball at the top of the key. Here's Loncourt on the left wing. Foley come across, getting triple teamed. She's getting checked a couple times, comes back out to Loncourt. Couldn't get set up for the shot. Covering there nicely was Machado. Inside after he gets reversed. Brown goes inside, strong move, Jada Brown. Brown got bumped a couple times, squared herself up, in for the score. Devils lead 7-0, just inside 5 minutes, first quarter action. Machado, top of the key. And that's Bridget Machado, lost the ball. Loncourt throws it out to Chevalier. Leah goes in for the layup. Looked like she kind of slipped her feet out from under her. 4 Devils in the scoring column. 9 straight points to start this one off. Chevalier trying to steal the ball in the backcourt. Machado tracks it down. Loncourt looked like she might have a little body check. Instead, coach calls a timeout for the Maroons. So at the 4:34 mark in the first quarter, Blue Devils up 9-0, and the band begins to play. Thirty-second timeout there. We keep playing the band whenever we can. Love to hear both bands from across town. Saw Coach Gary Hendrick came in tonight. He's in the top row on the far side. Coach spent many a year at the institutions, helping out, teaching, coaching. Spent a lot of time with the freshman on the other side. Relaxing a little retirement, I believe, now. Maroons back in action, 4:30 left, first quarter action. To our right. Ball goes into the high post. That's Terrell. Terrell backed it out. Cut into the basket. Good interior pass. Hit Evans in the head, went out to the left corner. Longcore back out on defense. To the top of the key, Talia Terrell. Good ball movement from the Maroons. But the Devils are doing a great job on defense. Longcore with a steal. Out to Chevalier. Leah going to make a break to the basket. And Leah breaks hard. And Talia Terrell defends well. But got a piece of the body there. One foul on her. First foul of the ball game. And as we remind everybody here this year, new rules. 5 fouls per quarter. Then it's the double bonus. Chevalier misses the first. And then, of course, we start back in the second quarter back to 0. So you will not see a 1-and-1 anymore. Substitution into the ball game. Check her number as soon as her ponytail. It might be Baylin Marks. Played in the first game, freshman. She's a good ball player. Chevalier hits the second one. And Leah takes a break. Devils score the first 10. Bree Lannard comes in for the 1-2-2, three-quarter court. She's at the point. Longcore and Dade at half court. And cause a little confusion over there for number 45. Who another player they throw in on me without a number in our varsity, so I'll have to listen up for her. Devils with the basketball inside 4 minutes with a 10-0 lead in the first quarter. Lannard on the left wing. Back to the top. Foey takes the dribble to the right side. Tries to bounce the pass in there to Dade in the right corner. Ball was tipped away, jump ball. And the Maroons will get the ball back on the alternate possession arrow. Have to keep an ear out for 45 and 23 tonight, see who scores. Maroons into the offensive set. Right wing, Jackson. Jackson goes back to the top of the key, right back to Jackson. Looked briefly, she's got Dade in front of her. Into the right corner. That's Marks. Marks will reset to the top. Ball goes to the left side, into the high post. To the right side, gets tipped out there by Jada Dade. Maroons into the high post again. Devils in that 1-2-2 in the half-court set as well. Foley down on the baseline. Did a great job of guarding the baseline. And stepping out of bounds was the Maroons. It will go back to the Devils. Marilyn Louise on that play. Devils right now with Dade at the point. Lannard at the left side. Longcore at the right. Brown at the low post. High post Foley. It goes down to Brown. Jada steps back. Now goes to the high post pass to Foley. Foley's nice little 6-foot shot, no good. Didn't follow it. Maroons get it. Maroons off on a fast break. In traffic. And a defensive foul on the Blue Devils. Looks like Bree Lannard will be called for the block. It'll be her first foul and the first against the Blue Devils in the first quarter. One apiece. Marilyn Lewis at the line to shoot. And Lewis connects for the first one. That breaks the 10-point run of the Devils starting the game off at the 2:56 mark. Lewis will have one more. And she connects. 2 for 2 for Lewis. Devils get the ball in. Little backcourt pressure being applied. Kate Medemeyer just in the ball game. Kate had the ball down the left block. Tried to do a bounce pass around Marks to Jada Brown on the right block. Hit her in the knee. Out of bounds. Maroons basketball. 10-2 Devils. Hope you were with us during the holiday season, catching all the action. As we catch the Blue Devil girls. Caught them at Bloomington for the first game in Springfield, and then also the last game against Washington when they got third place. To the left wing, that's Jackson. Devils doing a great job. Lannard, they're just a little late. Still the ball gets pushed out a little farther. Maroons having a tough time breaking anything in this 1-2-2. Evans in that high post. Skips over left side, though. On the baseline. That's Lewis. Devils doing a great job. Almost a full minute of playing D on this transition. Now they try to tap it inside. Layla Dade tips it away. Tracking it down was Kate Medemeyer. Long pass down to Dade. Goes strong from the left wing. Good job with the left hand. Layla Dade. Nice move from the left side. Dade's got 4, 12 for the Blue Devils. Inside 2 minutes, first quarter. And a traveling call out on the right wing. Devils will get the basketball back. Leah Chevalier comes back into the action. Gives Jada Brown a break. Actually, we lose Jada Brown, Layla Dade, and Miley Loncourt for the last minute 46 to get a break. Cameron Byquist into the ball game. Taylor Foley back in, as well as Chevalier. Medemeyer and Leonard stay in. Medemeyer to the left side, Chevalier. Chevalier starts to make a drive, backs it out. Nice job. Out to Bree. Bree goes straight back inside to Taylor. Taylor right in front of the basket. Short hook, no good off the front of the iron. Rebound by Evans, and then just couldn't catch up to the basketball. Said it was tipped away, and it goes to the Maroons. Oh, I was going to say, I didn't think it would be the Maroons. The Blue Devils, there was nobody there. I would say a girl hit it out of bounds. Of course, you can check that out as it was right in front of us there, folks. Substitutions on the other side. Vadarica Reeves into the ball game, playing the high post for the Maroons. Vadarica. Ball was tipped out as it tried to go in. Chevalier at the top of that 1-2-2 with Byquist and Leonard. Ball was tipped, now Bree got it. Bree's coming across the timeline. Long pass down to Foley. Foley on the block. Short little shot, good. Hits the front of the iron, rolls over the iron. Taylor gets her first points of the night. Inside 1 minute, Maroons with the basketball. Work to the right side, Jackson. Shot from three, no good, comes up short. Chevalier steps down and takes it away. Here comes Leah down the right side. Byquist, crossover dribble on the wing. She tries to take a shot, blocked there, nice block shot. Inside by our Phantom 45. She pulls up from the top of the key. Little quick on the shot with 35 seconds left in the first. And Chevalier comes away with the rebound for the Blue Devils. Devils will come the right set. Down at Kate Medemeyer. Medemeyer will come back out. Byquist on the left wing, and yes, it took a second for the official to make it, but it was a quick move, and Cameron forgot to put the ball on the floor. Traveling with 22.7. Talia Terrell will come back into the ball game. Marks will come out. Maroons have the basketball. Devils have the lead 14-2. First game back after the break on this January 4th. Lots of action coming this weekend, and we'll share it with you at halftime, as well as the update of this game. Ball was picked up, and Byquist did a great job of grabbing the ball. We've got a held ball. The alternate possession will go to the Blue Devils. And so much for that last break there with 8.7. Here comes the offensive unit back in. Dade, Brown, and Loncourt. Chevalier and Foley stay in, so we got the starters in for the last 8.7. Works the left side, Loncourt. Go inside, Foley. Back out to Dade. Dade pulls up from 18. No good. Ball was tipped out. And Loncourt throws one up at the buzzer. Does not go in. And we have played 8 minutes at Quincy High Gymnasium. Your score, the Quincy High Blue Devils 14, the Moline Maroons 2. And you're listening to Blue Devil Basketball on MeccaSportsCo.com. And there's the horn for the quarter as the Devils lead 14-2. Heading into the second quarter. Jeff Wellman with you here. Blue Devil basketball on the girls' side from MeccaSportsCo.com. And we see the boys over there as they came out. Of course, definitely Bradley Loncourt III and Camden Brown come out to watch their sisters play. Coach Brown's over there on the far side. Saw Bob Lowry, he got to come out tonight. So Hope and Hank, the dogs, get to stay home, and Bob came out with his wife, Donna. Starting the second quarter off, Maroons with the basketball. Devils start off in that 1-2-2 half-court set. Chevalier at the point, Dade and Loncourt. At the high post, low post, Foley and Brown. A lot of pink shoes out there. 2 or 3 of them actually from the Maroons tonight. Of course, we know Jada's got hers, and Loncourt's got her light ones on. Even Layla, left corner, shot no good, over the backboard. Over the rim, excuse me. Layla Dade gets the rebound. She's going coast to coast. Got bumped just a little bit, didn't have the handle on the ball. And out of bounds, back over. Marilyn Lewis was standing there, made some contact. 30 seconds into the second quarter, Maroons with the ball. Each team with a shot in the second quarter. Halftime, we'll break down, look at some of the rest of the season. The Western Big Six as well. And when does Galesburg and East Moline come here to Quincy? Into the high post, kicked right out. Machado lost the handle. Here comes Dade. Dade tries to go to two Maroons to get to Chevalier. Wasn't enough space there at all. On the other side, Bridget Machado comes back in, the 5'3" guard for the Maroons. Devils will have it under their own basket. Pass to Chevalier, cutting down the left box, is just outside of her reach. She had to track it down first. Foey resets to the right side. Dade's now going to reset the offense to the top. Layla goes right side to Miley. Miley will go inside to Jada Brown. Jada steps in, steps back out. No good on the shot. Ball hits the floor. And last touch by Taylor as she slapped at it. Double team coming down on the Maroons on Jada Brown. First quarter, the Devils had 5 girls in the scoring column with 14 points. Had the 10-point run to start the ball game off, and not till the 2:56 mark with 2 free throws. Moline still looking for a first basket on the night. Moline has it under their own basket. Devils still in that 1-2-2. Ball thrown out to the top. That's Lewis with the basketball. Into the left corner. Terrell back out to Lewis. Here's Machado. 2-guard front. Into the left corner. There's that long shot. No good from 3. Weak side rebound. Dade was trying to screen out Machado. Long rebound went to Machado. Back into the right corner. And there's a 3-point shot. Nice shot by Layla Jackson. So the Maroons hit their first shot at 6:22. It's a 3 and a quick timeout as well. So they got their first free throws with almost 3 minutes. It's under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. They start up the second quarter with the first score at the 6:22 mark. Devils still lead 14-5 in the timeout. As we mentioned, that sophomore group that played earlier, the Blue Devil girls took the sophomores to overtime, losing 46-45. Late in that one, Madeline Hamby hit a 3 on the left wing to tie the ball game up. But the Devils couldn't do it, 46-45, but that was an undefeated sophomore team for the Maroons. I did talk to one of the parents, and one of their best players did not play. They were trying to get her back tonight. Wasn't possible. And, of course, Mecca Sports, love to have you here as a sponsor. Love to have you like us, follow us. Get on YouTube, get on Facebook. Make sure you hit the subscribe, ring the bell, and check out meccasportsco.com. We'll talk about maybe if you're a business too and you'd like to get involved. Devils have the basketball. Dade with a drive. Good job around Brown's screen. She took a left foot, 8-foot runner. No good. Rebound comes down to the other side for Terrell. Gets all the way down court, makes a move around the Devils. No good. Goes back inside. Evans with a rebound. She missed it. And the Devils come away. Taylor Foley with the rebound. Dade in transition. Down the right side. Into the right corner. Chevalier. Leah starts to make a drive. Brings it reverse. Good job with the left. Took it from the right corner to the left. Looked out here in the left corner to see if anybody was out here to make a pass to. Longcor wasn't there yet. And so did the reverse layup with no defense on the weak side. 16-5. Devils with the lead. Machado makes a drive. Kicks it in the corner. Terrell brings it back out to the left wing. Bounces it over to Machado, but Dade gets a hand on it. And on the first row there, one of the Blue Devils got a hold of it, helping out. Jackson sets it back to Machado. 2-guard front. 1-2-2 for the Blue Devils. In the right corner, back out high. And here trying to go past, and Chevalier just steps up, takes it away all the way down. Left-hand layup, good. Chevalier with a great job there between Machado and Marks. Marks didn't see her standing there. Thought she was getting it to Machado. Chevalier went the other way. Devils with a great job there on steals as well. On the season, I believe, I'll have to get that back out, who's got 2 steals a game. Everybody averages between 1.5 and 2 steals a ball game. They all average about 2 assists to 2.5 assists a game. the unselfishness of the play of the Lady Devils. Inside 5 minutes, second quarter, and the first half. 18-5 with the lead. Maroons with the basketball. Marks top of the key. Looking for somebody to make a move and come help her. She takes it left side with a dribble. Back to the top. Stepping in for the little 15, 16-footer. No good. Weak side rebound. Oh, and a nice job there. Terrell got the ball on the weak side rebound and hit the shot. 18-7. Devils with the basketball. Left wing, Longcourt. Brings it back to the top. To Jada Brown at the top of the key. Check that. She was at the free throw line. Backdoor cut from the right side, Chevalier. Good pass. Leah's shot was no good. Good high-low action there, and coming from the weak side with a cut. Maroons tried to make a pass. Brown tips it. Here comes Dade the other way. Layla all the way in, no good. Leah Chevalier, weak side, and her shot was blocked by one of our Phantoms, number 45, so the Devils will have it under their own basket. Just off the baseline and the free throw line. Layla Dade to throw it in. And Foley took a quick break to the left block. A little late there was Evans, her first foul, and the first of the second quarter. Foley go to the line to shoot two. Devils have 1 for 2 in the first quarter. Chevalier hit one. That's the only free throw. Actually, check that. Marilyn Lewis had 2 for 2 on the other side for Moline. Foley hits the first. She'll have one more. And the second one is good. Taylor 4 points in the ball game right now. 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. Devils lead 20-7. Get into that three-quarter court. 1-2-2. Chevalier at the point. And given all time of heck for Marilyn Lewis. She threw the ball over the head of the intended marks and ends up in Coach Dan's lap almost. Devils with the basketball. Chevalier started to come left. Almost picked it up. Ball gets worked around to the right side. Foley has it. Looked at two cutters, Chevalier and Longcourt. Tried to go inside to Brown. Luckily, Dade picked it up. Foley at the top. Foley all the way in for the layup. Drive. Good job to the right block. Taylor Foley with the drive. She started at the top of the key. 22-7. Devils with the lead. As we mentioned, this is the last team left to play in the first round of the Western Big Six. Devils will start back up, going through the rest of it. Jada Brown steps up and gets a great steal in the left corner. Jada trying to go coast to coast, grabs the ball, goes up. She found herself just a little bit under the rim, and the rim got the block. Maroons got the basketball and the rebound. Maroons trying to work, right at Dade and Chevalier into a double team. Now they try to throw it across court, and Taylor Foley just takes it. Lobs it to Chevalier. Just a little too high for Leah. Out of bounds will go to the Maroons. It was a nice 2-on-1 break. Of course, we talk about guards so many times. If they don't stop you, keep going. And she threw that one up almost as if Taylor was going to be Dom Clay or somebody go up and dunk it. In the backcourt, Terrell. Across court, setting the offense up. Jelia Jackson just came in. That's the second Jackson. Layla Jackson wears 14. She wears 21. Into the post. Shot, 12-footer, no good. Rebounded Taylor. Good job on the rebound. Shot was taken there by Terrell. No good. Number 23. Her second foul, Evans. Second foul of the second quarter. Devils yet to get a foul. So she's going to take a seat back into the ball game. Number 42, Vanderica Reeves. Derica. Okay, Vanderica. Huh. Derica. I like it. 16-footer, Longcourt, no good. Rebounded inside. Lewis. And into the front court. But before he can get there, Longcourt tips it back in the backcourt. Out of bounds, so. Leonard going to check in. Chevalier is going to check out. Bree will take the top of the 1-2-2. Dade and Longcourt still at the high post. Stretching it out a little bit to the wings. And Foley and Brown deep. Jackson on the left side of 45, our Phantom. And nobody is moving, as they've heard the fans here from Moline. Girls are getting the ball and standing. 4 in the perimeter, 1 down in the post. Good height in the post, and a double dribble on the left wing as Reeves is down at the post with Foley. Good height. And a 30-second timeout quick for Brad Dance as he gets the basketball. 1:53 left in the first quarter. Devils lead 22-7, mechasportsco.com. Awesome job by the band. 1:53 left in the first half. Devils with the basketball. Errant pass. Luckily, Taylor Foley tracks it down. Looking across the way, I see Kathy Klauser. I don't see Larry, so he must be home listening. So a shout out to Larry Klauser, Kate Metameyer's grandpa. Here's a drive by Layla Day. It goes up. Oh, and she's fouled coming up to help out. Derica Reeves, her first. Third foul against Moline in the quarter. None still. And Layla Dade will go to the line to shoot a pair. Dade has not shot any free throws yet tonight. Off the front of the iron on the first one. 22-7, Devils with the lead. Second free throw. No good in. Taylor Foley keeps it alive, though, and tips it. Taylor goes in strong and scores. Good job there. She got over Reeves. Tipped the ball back to herself, went in for the score. Devils on a 6-point run, lead 24-7. Good defense there by Taylor Foley. Better shot there by Terrell. And that cut that 6-point lead of the Devils. 6-point run, excuse me. Approaching 1 minute left in the first half. Devils with a comfortable lead by 15. Brown at the top of the key, goes right side to Dade. Oh, and a weak side screen. Good job as Taylor Foley breaks free. Leonard with the screen. Foley with the basket. Loncourt with the assist. Other end, another good take to the basket. Bounces out, almost tipped in. Terrell, and she almost got the tip. In transition, Loncourt drives hard, and it just rolls off the iron from the left side. Right side, Foley trying to get another tip. Goes out of bounds, and it will be the Maroons basketball, 47.0. Coming back in, Layla Jackson, number 14 for the Maroons. Jalaya Jackson comes out, so 14 for 21. In the backcourt for the Maroons. Marilyn Lewis had the basketball, gets it back at the top of the key. Bree comes up on her. In the high post to Terrell. Running a low post there, it gets tipped out, and Foley tips it out to Brown. Brown out now with 31 seconds left. Devils have maybe the last shot. Tried to force it inside to Brown. Stepping up, taking it away was Lewis. Lewis goes all the way down court, misses the shot. In for the rebound was Jackson. Jackson had her shot blocked. Ball rolled out in front of the Blue Devil bench, and it will be Blue Devil basketball. 18 seconds left. That was two in a row that we have an exact second, too. Loncourt almost has it taken away at half court. Comes out in the corner. Back out to Dade, 10 seconds. Skips over the other side, Leonard. Foley. Foley comes around the screen. She lobs it inside to Brown in a double team. And the ball thrown over. On the weak side, Loncourt will kick it out of bounds, and it will be halftime as you heard the buzzer. Half at Quincy High Blue Devil Gymnasium. It is the Quincy High Blue Devils 26, the Moline Maroons 9. And this is Jeff Wellman and mechasportsco.com. It's halftime. Sit back and listen to the Quincy High Band. Well, as we waited for the band, we had a little advertisement up there on the screen, so we'll let that fly through first. This game started off with the Blue Devils scoring the first 10 points of the ball game at the 2:56 mark. Moline finally had a couple free throws. It was 10-2. We would score 2 more baskets, and after one quarter, Blue Devils led 14-2. Three-pointer at the 6:22 mark of the second quarter. Moline with their first baskets and the first basket of the second quarter for either team. Devils would hit 4 straight points, make it 18-5. Moline hits the basket. Devils with a 6-point run, makes it 24-7. And after each team scores a basket at the end of the half, 26-9, Blue Devils with the lead. Looking down at the Blue Devils, we've got 5 Blue Devils in the scoring column. Foley leads the way with 10 points, 7 points from Leah Chevalier. Nice job out there, Myra Lancourt with the only 3 we've got. On the other side for the Maroons, 4 points out of Talia Terrell, number 40, and then a 3-pointer by Layla Jackson. And that's it. 9 points is all the Maroons have. And speaking of the Maroons, next Tuesday night, Sean Taylor and the Maroons will be coming to Blue Devil Gymnasium. That's one of the first matchups, as the Blue Devils have one more game, one more game as far as the conference. Alleman Catholic, that's tomorrow night, as we will travel up there, Mecca Sports to Alleman, and catch that ball game. Then on Saturday, we'll drive down to Highland, Illinois for a noon game in the shootout, as they'll be taking on Cardinal Ritter in that ball game. And then, as we mentioned, next Tuesday, that's when the Devils are home against Moline, and that'll be a great matchup there. Of course, Moline lost the ball game and the holiday tournament in the second round to East St. Louis. No shabs there at all, and then came back and won the remaining games there in that last game they had up there. So good job there, but it should be a great matchup there, as we talk about all year long. And of course, the matchups here that we've been talking about is Galesburg, the Silver Streaks, and as well as the East Moline Panthers on the ladies' side. Both those teams have beat us in the first round. And looking at the upcoming games, of course, for the Devils girls, they will play on Saturday at Granite City at 12:30. That's a 12:30 game at Granite City. Then on Sunday, they will travel down to Columbia at Columbia College, and this is part of the Norm Stewart Classic. They've created a Sophie Cunningham Classic. She played at Mizzou. She also played in the WNBA, and so they've added a girls' division of that. So on Sunday, 1 o'clock, and we're waiting to hear, we haven't heard from anybody yet down there as to whether or not we can come down and broadcast. We're hoping to do that on Sunday at 1 o'clock. So then next week, you've got on the 15th, because you've got another whole week in there of games. On January 25th, that Thursday, write it down, January 25th, Galesburg right now leading the conference, will be here at Blue Devil Gymnasium. Actually, check that, Quincy High Gymnasium, as we done said, that's the how we're going to call that out. Then on February 3rd, that's Saturday at 1:30 here at Quincy High's Gymnasium. It'll be United Township, better known as East Moline, and that'll be a matchup with the Awu sisters. And you got height and strength in there for that one. And that'll be the only 3 games left in the season. It'll be East Moline, that'll be Hannibal, and then, of course, this Moline team, I believe at Wharton Fieldhouse is where they play. I'm going to have to double check that, because many of the girls have their own gym. Rock Island's got their own gym. East Moline has their own gym. Both those gyms are nice. Of course, Rock Island's gym was the original gym before we have the Rock Garden that everybody's so familiar with. And I'm not sure on the East Moline one. I think that was part of the building 2 gyms in their facility when they built that one. But we'll try to get a little bit of history on that as well. And then looking at the Blue Devils' upcoming games in the conference, as we mentioned, January 11th, it'll be Rocky. That'll be the next set of games. We'll be hosting Rocky here. Beat Rocky early in the season, up there 51-17 to start off the Western Big Six. In that ball game, Brown had 14, Loncourt had 11, and Foley had 9. That's how we started off. We started off with them, Geneseo and Sterling, before we ran into Galesburg. So same way in the second semester. We'll see the following week on January 18th at Geneseo, and then on the 25th is when we come in for Galesburg. Kind of missed one of those on that one. I'll have to double check that on the schedule there. But right now the Blue Devils are sitting there in 3rd place. Galesburg 6-0 in the conference. East Moline 5-1, and Quincy and Alleman 4-2 apiece. But tonight, Galesburg and Alleman going head-to-head. So we've got 1st and tied for 3rd in a battle. Have not got any scores on that. We'll wait to see if we can get some. And talking about some of the upcoming games here on megasportscode.com. Of course, tonight it is the Thursday at Moline, Quincy High. Friday night, we made a little change in the schedule here, folks. We are going to Alleman tomorrow night. We will join one other station up there for the 7 o'clock game at Alleman. It'll be me and Coach Dave Pettit. We originally had the QND Pittsfield game scheduled at Pittsfield. We just felt like we had 3 stations going down there, 3 broadcast teams going down there, and thought that was kind of silly. So we redirected the other way, and it'll be 2 and 2 on the broadcast teams. So that'll be tomorrow night, Quincy High at Alleman Catholic. Then on Saturday, noon, at the Highland Shootout, Highland, Illinois, it's Cardinal Ritter. Cardinal Ritter might be 3 and 7 right now, and you might say, well, they're not very good. Cardinal Ritter has played almost everywhere but St. Louis. They have played at, I believe, in Texas, Utah. I believe I saw an Arkansas game and a Tennessee game. And so they are like these teams that go to all these shootouts. They were, I believe, the state champions last year. And Vashon also down there, maybe right after us, state champions as well. So it's a great matchup down there. I had a chance to chat last week to Powers, Mr. Powers, of course, the old Quincean that's down there working and part of the tournament. He enjoys that, Matt, and we'll have a chance while we're down there at noon. So that's noon on Saturday. Now, the other games going on Saturday, we talked about the Quincy High Blue Devil girls. They're in Granite City at 12:30. The Lady Raiders are down just 20 miles from us at Highland. They're in Breeze at Breeze Central. Breeze Central's having the tournament. It's a 2 o'clock game, Lady Raiders and Breeze Mater Dei. So at 2 o'clock, they'll play Mater Dei. And if we get ambitious and get done with our game early enough, we may just drive down there and pop that one on megasportsco.com. That's coming from the boss, Coach Pettit. Of course, it's only 20 miles away, but that means our game has to be done in time. And we need a little delay down there on the other end. But that should be a great matchup there. And then the other team playing that day, it's the QND Raiders. They will be just on the east side of Champaign-Urbana at St. Joseph Ogden. They have the Christie Clinic Classic, and they're playing a shootout up there. The Raiders play at 5 o'clock against the number 2 team in 2A right now, Tolona Unity. So that'll be a 5 o'clock game. There's a whole host of games throughout the day out there. I saw St. Joseph Ogden plays right before them. And, of course, Ogden was up there at the State Farm Classic in some of those good games out there. Blew a couple people out, and I believe Pecatonica is one of those teams St. Joe Ogden blew out. Of course, Notre Dame had lost to them, but went 2 and 2. So Notre Dame looks for a good game there at 5 o'clock across the state. Pretty well on your way to Danville for those John Wood fans. They quite well know that. And, of course, we'll pick up with the John Wood, Quincy University, men and women, and all their games as well as we go throughout the season. Always like to pick up on the college action, taking place. And we'll also pick up, I think tonight is Missouri basketball, the female, playing at LSU. And, of course, LSU, strong. Mizzou's got Abby Schreck, strong. She's having a good year, averaging about 9 points a ball game so far, played all 13 games. And, of course, down there also for LSU this year, Jeff Moore. That name sounds familiar. Of course, Jeff was at John Wood Community College for years. Made a trip down to Tyler, Texas. Spent a lot of years at Northwestern in Louisiana and is now the director of recruiting for LSU. So, yes, I'm sure he gets to see Shaq once in a while when he comes back. And then, of course, we still have 6 or 7 weeks left of the basketball season. And before you know it, we'll be getting ready for postseason. Not going to get there too quick, folks. We got a second half right here, first of all, at Quincy High. Devils lead 26-9. Thank you for joining us here throughout the game. Stick around as Devils get ready to take the ball for the second half. Chevalier, Dade, Loncourt, Brown, and Foey in the lineup. In the high post to Brown, skips over to Dade. She looked at the 21-footer, said no. Back to the top, Chevalier at the right side, Loncourt. Foey does a little screen and roll, passes a little lazy with the one hand. Bounces off the leg. About the third or fourth we've had bounce off legs on our passes. In transition, Terrell, shot no good. Loncourt had the rebound. And we got a jump ball here as Evans ties her up. Devils had the first one to start the quarter off. That's the third quarter. This one will go back to the Maroons. Maroons working right in front of us here. Get the ball into Jackson, back to the top of the key. Double high post from the Maroons. Now their post pops out. They've got Evans in the high post. Also now popping up to the high post, Marilyn Lewis. Ball working on the right side. Trying to go into Evans. Evans steps back to the top of the key. Terrell drives in the lane. Puts up a 12-footer. Good. Nice little runner. So the first one of the second half will be Terrell. She's got 6, leading the way for the Maroons. Maroons drop into double digits with 11. 1 minute into the third quarter. Inside, Brown. Strong move off the glass. And I'll tell you, Terrell just went ahead and gave that one up. Once Brown made the first move, that's only her second basket of the ball game. But the Devils are doing such a good job working away from her. And she's had a couple of good passes. Left side, Jackson. 1-2-2 with Chevalier at the point. Loncourt and Dade at the high post. They work out to the wings. Foley and Brown. They'll work the low blocks into the baseline. Left side, Jackson. Whoa, Jackson fired that one from long range. She hit one in the second quarter. That's her second of the night. Devils lead cut to 8-14, 28-14. Doubling up the Maroons. Brown on the right wing, starting to make a move. Terrell hit the ball and now take it away. Terrell heading the other direction. Little runner from 12 feet. Oh, and she just puts it up off the back of the glass, and it squeezes in. She's got 8 now. 8 of the 16. And the 7-2 here in the third quarter for the Devils. Almost losing the ball inside. It rolls out to the right side. Loncourt picks it up. Miley brings it to the top of the key with a dribble. Left side to Dade. She screens away. Brown pops up inside to Foley. Foley takes a step, drop step. Shot taken off the front of the iron and straight down. Point blank again. Had one of those in the first quarter like that. Dade stops the ball. And the ball goes into the backcourt. No over and back, so it was touched, I assume. Left side Jackson. This time Brown comes out on her. Goes inside. Lewis had nowhere to go. Foley stops her. And Terrell on the right side drives to the high post. Dade with a foul, so the first foul of the second half will go against Layla Dade. It's her first foul. And the first for the Devils in the third quarter. Reminder that 5 fouls, and we get the double bonus in a quarter. No more bonus, no more double bonus. Top of the key. Three-pointer, no good. Jada Brown with a rebound. Gets it to Dade, brings it across the timeline, right side. Loncourt looked at a 3, now brings it up with a dribble, and gets double teamed with a sandwich. The maroon sandwich. Foul was called on Terrell, her first, or actually her second foul, first of the second half. And the first on the Maroons. Loncourt of the line to shoot. Miley connects on the first one. Her first free throws of the night. She'll have one more. 4 for 5 right now for the Devils. Actually, check that, 4 for 7. We had 2 missed there. 5 for 8. 30-16. Dade now with, actually, check that, Loncourt with 5 points now in the contest. 5:15 left, third quarter action. Devils in the 1-2-2. Chevalier with Loncourt and Foley on this side. Taylor just reaches up, knocks the ball away from Lewis. Ball goes out of bounds, and Lewis will set for the Maroons. Everybody on the left side. Jackson from 25 feet, no good. Weak side rebound, Layla Dade, and off she's running. Layla flies by everybody, gets all the way at the other end, and there is Jackson to foul. Jackson started on the left wing. Jackson made it all the way down the court to the left, other side, the left for the Devils. Her first foul, and the Maroons' second of the third quarter. Dade misses the free throw. We'll have another one. Blue Devils are good free throw shooters. Overall tonight, 2 for 2, 2 for 2, 1 for 2, and Layla finally breaks in there. Layla 1 for 2 there, 31-16 Devils lead, 5 minutes left, third quarter action. Terrell nowhere to go there. Knee brace on the left leg. Thought the first half she had some more of those bandages. Yeah, she does on the right side. Protecting the patella. Inside, Jada Brown steps up, tips the ball away. Jada Brown gets it. Check that, it goes down to Jada Brown. Layla Dade got it on the pass once Jada got the steal and then gave it back to her on the left block. Missed the shot, but she gets 2. Jada's first of the night. And on the foul, Evans her second. Check that, her third foul. And third of the third quarter. Jada good for the first free throw. She has another. substitution. Reeves back in, Evans out for the Maroons. Brown gets one more free throw. Rattles in, rattles out. Tipped around by Foley, picked up by Longcor. Devils get a second chance. Foley starts to make a drive, drops it on the right block. Jada Brown gets it. Give the assist to Foley and give Brown the bucket. She stepped on that right block. Coming down was Foley. Got the ball around. Jackson on the left side of the Maroons. 34-16 Devils with the lead. 6-point run right now, unanswered. Terrell goes back to the top of the key, our Phantom 45. Jackson now moved to the right side. Down on the block, Reeves. Ball's knocked away by Foley. Her numero counterpart, tracking it down in the corner, was Jada Brown. Here goes Dade the other way. Dade up off the glass, no good, but Brown's right there. Brown has her shot blocked and then tries to save it. Maroons step in the passing lane with the steal. Moline in transition. Jackson. And Jackson was just about ready to take another 24-footer. This time she traveled. So back over to the Blue Devils. Jada Brown gets a break now. Bree Leonard comes back in. Baylin Marks comes back in, the freshman for Moline. She'll give Terrell a break. Both those players, a lot of huffing and puffing there. They're working 85 feet, both ends of the floor. Dade across the timeline, left side to Bree. Chevalier makes a cut, Longcor makes a cut, doesn't find either one, but then on the backside gets Foley. She gives a little backdoor cut to Dade. Dade goes in, has her shot blocked. Marks was right there, as well as Lewis. Last out on the Maroons, it will be Dade triggering for the Blue Devils. 3:30 left in the quarter. Foley steps out. Leonard gets the ball then, back into the corner. Dade's going to take the shot behind. Good shot for three. She stepped. There wasn't much room there. Foley had the screen, but they read it, but they didn't cover it very good, and Dade with a three. Layla had four, and here's a steal by Bree as I was about ready to count Layla's up. All the way to the basket. Bree misses the shot. Liz Chevalier goes up, and she is fouled. 45 will be the foul. It'll be the fourth foul on the Moline Maroons in this quarter. Chevalier to head the line to shoot two. 3:05 left in the quarter. Leah's first off the right. Longcor and Foley stay in for the rebound. Leonard and Dade back at half court. Marks out. And Terrell back in the ball game for the Maroons. Give her a couple quick breaths. Breaths. It's a little hard to say. Chevalier's free throw. Rattles in, rattles out. Foley's right there for the rebound and the putback. No, it rolls out. Longcor tracks it down. Devils have another shot at it. Right corner, Foley goes down to Dade. Dade has her shot blocked by Terrell. Terrell gets the rebound, then kicks it out to our 45 Phantom. All the way to the hole and scores. Marquez, I believe. So good give her the two. That just broke the 9-point run by the Devils. 37-18. And Taylor Foley on the other end goes in strong. Pass went inside as I watched it come out and adjusted my scoring. 39-18. 2:20 left. Ball knocked in the backcourt. She wasn't sure about it, so she kind of tight-roped the midline. 45 with a shot. Oh, another shot on the right side. Here's another two. I'm hearing Martell from Don O'Brien. I don't have a Martell anywhere on the lineup, so we'll check that out. Ball knocked out of bounds right in front of the bench for the Blue Devils. Brown will come back in. Foley's going to get a break with 1:58 left in the third. Layla Jackson gets a break on the other side for the Maroons. Bree to trigger the ball out. Throws it all the way in. Oh, tries to throw it all the way in down to the low block, and it hits the rim on the way to Jada Brown. And a great steal there by Dade. Coming down the lane, just took the ball away from Reeves. In transition, Longcor right side, good from three. Oh, check that, she was on the line, so give her two. 41-20, ball's on the floor, and we're gonna have a jump ball. Devils will get the basketball back. Brown comes out from the huddle. Right now our lineup, Chevalier and Dade, along with Leonard, Longcor, and Brown. Foley just took a break. Down to Bree in the left wing. Cutting. Chevalier down the left block. She skips over right side to Loncourt, back to the top. Right side to Loncourt. Loncourt looked inside for a cutter. Skips it all the way over across court to Chevalier. Chevalier, the layup, kind of running away, taking that layup, no good. Rebounds by the Maroons. Outlet, 45, no good. Rebounded Bree on the left side, good job. Down to 1 minute and 5 seconds and counting. In transition, great job there, getting the ball down to the right wing to Loncourt. And here comes Jada Brown down the lane. They got the trailer. Foul was on 23 Evans, her fourth. Fifth foul in the third quarter. I only had her for 3, but we'll take 4. Brown to shoot 2 free throws. And Jada connects on the first one. 2 for 3 on the night from the charity stripe. 42-20, substitutions. Evans comes out. Loncourt gets a break for the Blue Devils. Madeline Hemby into the ball game for the first time. Second one good by Brown. 43-20 for Brown. She's got 7 in the quarter, 9 for the ball game. Shot taken by Maroons, no good. Ball was tipped. Bree almost had a hand on it. Layla tracks it down right in front of us. And here comes Leah Chevalier inside a minute. Leah driving to the basket. Gets it to Brown, who's the second cutter. And she got sandwiched. Terrell and Reeves. And it will be Terrell. Oh, and they got 4 on Terrell, too. Past the 5, so 2 shots, but she was shooting anyway. Jada for 2. Brown connects on the first one. Brown will have more substitutions. Terrell comes to take a seat with 4 fouls. Marks back in for her. 42.6 left, third quarter action. Quiet in the gym. Jada Brown shot no good. Tipped around and comes right back to Leah Chevalier. She made a tip. It was tipped by Marks, then came right back to her. Hamby on the left side, approaching 30 seconds left in the quarter. Bounce into the high post, Brown. She makes a turn and goes to the hole. No good on the shot. Weak side was Layla Dade. She was in a hurry to try to pass it back to Brown. It was taken away. Here come the Maroons in transition. Left side of the wing, Lewis. All the way down the block, all the way to the hole. Lewis takes it all the way down and scores. Determined on that one. 5-point run for the Devils, lost again. Interior to the Brown. And we're going to get another shot here for late Jada Brown as Leah Chevalier with a nice pass. Shuffle around the waist. Reeves' second foul for Maroons. Been in the double bonus the whole one, but that was on a shooting foul, so Brown will shoot 2 more. Jada connects on the front. That's the nice thing about Jada. She can sit inside and post you up, but she can also drive to the hole. She's got a good step at 6 foot tall. Second one up. Rattles and goes, no good. Rebounded by the Maroons. 2 seconds left. Long shot, and there's the buzzer. We have played 3 quarters at Quincy High's gymnasium. It's the Blue Devils 45 and the Maroons of Moline 22. It's Blue Devil basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com. And welcome back, fourth quarter action. Devils lead 45-22. Coming out in the lineup, same way as the Devils started. Chevalier, Dade, Loncourt, Brown, and Foley. Shot taken, partially blocked by Foley. Rebounded by Brown. Here comes Dade. Give a shout out to coach from John Wood, Brad Hoyt. Good pass from the right baseline to the left block to Jada Brown. Give that assist to Taylor Foley. Good play there. I see we're early in this one. Shot no good. Rebounded by Foley. Brad Hoyt, the John Wood coach, is somewhere here tonight. Said, look at me sitting up here. And a shout out to Brad. Good luck. I know he had a good weekend with 2 victories there. Now I believe 7-5, if I'm not mistaken. Good ball team out there. Left corner, Taylor Foley with the basketball. Skips over to the right side. That's Dade. She's on the right wing now. Backs it out. High post is Brown. Flashing up into the high post was Foley. Foley was trying to do a little high-low action. Couldn't get it to happen. Reeves fouled her, and so it'll be 2 shots. As it's the first one of the fourth quarter, though, for either team. But Foley was shooting. She'll have 2. Foley 2 for 2 on the night. She's got 12 points so far. Line drive there from Taylor on that one, no good. Also, I just saw a sighting, a Diane Glob sighting. Of course, Diane, longtime superstar athlete. Started off at Breeze, Mater Dei, went to Quincy College. And then, of course, has been in the Quincy system for years, all the way up to principal, as Foley hits the second one. And a big supporter of Blue Devil basketball. 48-22, we've played a minute in the fourth quarter. Devils with a comfortable lead. Playing tough D again. Oh, and a great job by Foley stopping Lewis trying to get to the basket. She lost the basketball. Devils pick it up. 48-22 inside Brown. Brown, tapped on her arm. No good on the call. Brown didn't get the rebound then as she tried to get a rebound put back. And in the offensive set, Marilyn Lewis starting to drive the basket. Dade will commit the foul. Leela her second foul. And the first of the fourth quarter for the Blue Devils, 1-1. Maroons triggered under their own basket. My Phantom, I still haven't got the name for 45. I'm going to look for that. I've tried to listen to DOB. Right side Jackson, back out Terrell. Terrell gets a screen from Marks. She stops at the free throw line. Devils right there, and then she turns, had a shot, missed it. Ball came back out. Taylor Foley with the rebound. Devils with the basketball, comfortable lead of 26. Dade will go left side to Chevalier. Probably see a lot of the other girls here late in this quarter. Right side, Dade's going to take a 3. Shot. Good. Layla Dade from 3. Layla connects from the right side. That's her second 3 in a row as she hit the last one from 3. 51-22. I can never tell. My threes are hard to read. She got 7 in this half, 11 in the ball game for Dade. Back on defense for the Blue Devils. Chevalier pushing it to the left, into the left corner. Double team quickly. Ball comes out to the left side. Jackson will take that shot. She's taking a couple 22-footers. She's looking here. She also has happy feet, too. Terrell skips down to the right corner. Shot from 3, no good. Air ball all the way over and fighting for the basketball. Brown tipped it. Also, Marks was there. And I think they're going to say Brown tipped it as Brown and Dade take a break. Kate Medemeyer back in the ball game. Bree Leonard, Loncourt, Chevalier, and Foley stay. 5.5 left in the left corner. Driving, no, kicks it back out. Foley comes up on defense. Acrobatic underhand, left-hand scoop shot, no good. That was taken by Lewis. Devils got the rebound. Leonard go right side to Loncourt. Almost zipped that one out. Down to the block. Foley steps out in front. Good job, and banks it off the front of the glass. Nice shot there by Taylor. As we mentioned before the ball game, they gave her a ball and celebrated her 1,000th point, which happened at the State Farm against Springfield at Bloomington High School. And it was nice enough that they actually stopped action on there. Nice three-pointer there taken by Terrell. Talia with a nice shot. And that broke into that 9-point run by the Devils. On the other end, Devils push it back down court. And on the left block, Kate Medemeyer was there. Nobody else was there. And Kate with a bucket, her first of the night. 6 Devils in the scoring column. Maroons have the ball in the left corner. Foley comes out, and Foley with the kick. Tried to bounce that in there. That looked like Taylor as a soccer goalie. She wouldn't let that ball get by. Substitution now. Madeline Hamby will check in. Chevalier will check out. We'll have a timeout as well, so we'll take this timeout. 4:04 left. 55-25. Devils by 30. And it's Devils basketball. MeccaSportsCo.com. And the Quincy High Blue Devil Band, Dream On, a little Aerosmith there. Walk This Way has been used in our broadcast before when we go one end to the other to shoot free throws. Maroons get the basketball in. 4 minutes left in this one. Jackson from long range, no good. Off the back of the iron, long rebound, out of bounds. And right where Kathy Klauser is. We got second mention for Kathy on the night. Devils will have the basketball. Devils will get set up for the Granite City game on the road, and then Columbia Battle on Sunday. Nice pass inside. Hamby gets the assist. Foley gets the basket. Taylor only had one bucket in the first quarter. You know, she passes the ball as much as she does shoots the ball. And since then, she's been on fire. And, of course, the third quarter and part of the fourth, Jada as well. The post doing a good job. Shot inside, no good. Taken there by Lewis. Rebounded by the Devils. Long pass down the right side. Foley stops it. Hamby. Three-pointer. Good. Madeline Hamby fires from three. Long-range action. Madeline is one of those specialists. I looked at that stats now. I think the three-pointers, Longcore is pretty far ahead of everybody. I think Madeline and Dade are probably around 6 or 7 apiece. Longcore is closer to 30, if I'm not mistaken, but don't quote me on that. I had those numbers handy there. I just knew there was a big discrepancy. From the right corner, shot by Marks. Oh, almost banked it off the board from the corner. Good save there by Longcore. Hamby can't get to it first before Terrell. Terrell takes the shot. She hits a three-pointer. Boy, Terrell is a stud here. She's got 14 points down the ball game. Stops another run of the Devils. 60-28. Thought that was a three-pointer, but I'm missing something there then. We'll double check that. Oh, there it was, 22. The last one was a three-pointer as well. Got my scores there checked, 60-28. Clock is running now with 2 minutes and 8 seconds and counting, since it is a 32-point game. Substitutions on the other side. Number 4, Ellie Machado. And Terrell hits another three-pointer. Tell you what, she needs to get the ball more. Nice shot there by Talia Terrell. She had 2 buckets in the second quarter, 2 in the third, and she's hit 3 threes in the fourth. 17 points, 60-31. All her scoring in the fourth quarter, as the Devils had 9 and 6-point runs to build it up. They led at the end of the third quarter, 45-22. Jasmine Lewis into the ball game. At the point now, back to Madeline. Hamby takes another three. In and out, rolls in and out. Maroons get the rebound. So our lineup right now, Leonard, Medemeyer, Longcore, Lewis, and Hamby. Right side, new sub for the Maroons. Fires a three, no good. Getting down on the floor is Bree for the rebound. Nice job. Shot was taken by Cameron Harris, where's number 1 for the Maroons. Longcore from the right wing. All the way down to the left side. Madeline Hamby for three. Fired for the baseline on the right side. Picked the ball up and found Hamby on the left wing. She's got 2 threes in a row. We talked about Madeline hitting that three late in the sophomore game to send it to overtime. Devils did lose. I think it was 46-45. Shot no good. Weak side rebound, Longcore. Under a minute now. Devils will improve to 14-4. And in the conference, 5-2 for the first round. Ball throw to the backcourt, and one Smiley touches it over and back. 38 seconds left. By the time everybody gets down here, the clock may run out. 30 seconds left. And a timeout there. Now that would be the crazy thing, is if the clock ran even during timeouts. 28.2 seconds left in this one. Devils lead 63-31. Stick around for the post-game show. We'll break down this game quarter by quarter. We'll get the stats. We'll pick a player of the game. We'll talk to Coach Brad Dance as well. And, of course, the Lady Devils off for a great victory here, now 14-4. 5-2 in the conference. That's probably more important. Now there's 18 in the Western Big Six, as Sterling and Geneseo joined a few years ago. Actually, by now it's probably been at least 5 or 6 years ago, because I believe Coach Brunner was still coaching for the Blue Devils when they entered the conference. But we still keep it as the Western Big Six. I think that's the right thing to do. Maroons to set the play up. Devils back on defense now. Cameron Bycross was in. I guess we have had everybody into the ball game. Devils only have 10 on their varsity lineup. And so with 28.2, lob inside. Marks, shot off the glass, no good. She was a freshman in the first game, really very good. Longcourt gets on the floor with a steal. Medemeyer across the timeline. Bree switches over to the left hand. Leonard, nice job as she moves the ball to the left hand for the score. Down to 12 seconds left. Maroons have it on the left side. Kicking back to the right. That's Harris for a three. And hits nothing but net. Boy, I tell you what, the Maroons get hot on the net with threes in the fourth quarter. But there's your final buzzer. And the Devils come back from the holiday. Third place victory at the State Farm Classic, and pick right up where they left off in the conference with a victory tonight, 65-34 against Moline. Now 14-4. 4-2 to now 5-2 in the conference. On the other side, Moline falls to 4-14 and 1-5 in the conference. So 4 teams down there battling for the basement, as the other 4 teams more or less battle for the top spot. Usually don't have that disparity in the division, but good crowd out here tonight. Coach Brown out there. Of course, he came over to watch Jada, and he'll be ready for his action tomorrow night at Alleman Catholic. Devils with an Alleman Catholic game on Friday, and then Saturday at Cardinal Ritter. They play Cardinal Ritter at noon at the Highland Shootout. And then, as we mentioned, Sunday, the girls, after playing at Granite City on Saturday at 12:30, they get to go down, and much like the boys did, and play the late game at Columbia at the Norm Stewart. They will get an earlier game. It's a 1 o'clock game against a very, very tough Columbia battle. So that should be a good game for the Devils to see where they stand. And, of course, we'll have a chance to talk to Coach after this one. There's Popeye as he pops out here to watch a ball game. Mr. Voth, Brad Voth, a hell of a player in his day. So good to see you guys. Good luck in the rest of the season, too. So, yeah, there we go. Some of the fans from Moline. Good luck on their that was the Southmore daughter. And I'm trying to remember which one that was. I think it was Camelia Velasquez was his daughter in the first game, 5'1". Pretty good little shooter, too. So they were pretty excited over here to the right. So great night for the Devils. I was going to let you listen to the band a little bit, but they've already taken it down. At least they didn't take it down to halftime. And so the post game is you, me, and Brad Dance. So here we go, folks. It all started off about an hour and a half ago. Blue Devils jumped out to a 10-point run early in the ball game, put their pressure out there. 2 free throws by Moline in the first. Devils scored 2 more baskets, 14-2 after 1 quarter, and that was just free throws. Finally, about 2 minutes or a minute and a half into the second quarter, a 3-pointer by Moline. That was their first score at the 6:22 mark. It was 14-5. Devils put up a couple baskets. Moline with 1. Devils ran off 6 in a row then and built up a 24-7 lead. And then they took a 26-9 into the halftime. There, I had to double check that. So they're 26-9 for halftime. Third quarter, picked up a little bit there on the other side for Moline, as they did score 13 points in that quarter. Problem is, Devils scored 19 points in the third quarter including a 9-point run and a 5-point run. That built their lead up after 3 quarters, 45-22. And then the fourth quarter, I'll tell you what, Moline picked it up and scored another 12. And it was all threes, 4 threes in that quarter, 3 of them coming from Talia Terrell, as she had 9 in the ball game out there. Devils still, though, had a 9-point run and a 7-point run in the fourth quarter. So you put those runs together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 10, 6, 9, 5, 9, and 7. Those are nice runs. That means the other team only scored 2. But the final at the buzzer, the Blue Devils 65 and the Maroons 34, a 31-point lead for the Devils. Now the hard part is trying to get the scoring while the band's not playing, so I can actually give you your official scoring. Let's jump over from Moline, who is 4-14, 1-5 in the conference now. They were led by Terrell. She had a great night as she had 2 buckets in each quarter there. And actually, before we get a chance to do that, we're probably going to have Coach Dance come up and check us out. There we go. That worked out good, Coach, because I was actually in the midst of trying to run down the scoring, and I hadn't added it up yet. So, hey, nice victory. Nice way to start off the beginning of the year.
Well, thank you. We fought through some ugliness there in the first half, and I thought in the second half we did a little bit of a better job of sharing the ball. And defensively, I thought we're spot on. But offensively, I told the girls that we ought to offer half-price admission for the next game for the way we played in the first half offensively. But
well, you're looking at that, too. You still had your runs. You had that 10-point run to start the ball game off. That's always a nice way to start. And you kept them from scoring no field goals in the first quarter. That's where the defense is. I mean, and then, again, you had runs. Second quarter, you only had a run of 6. The third, you had a 9 and 5. And the fourth, you had a 9 and 7. Those things build up, and they come from your defense every time.
They do, and we've just got to get in the habit of continuing. And I thought we did a really good job over in Bloomington, and then today we kind of took a little step back where we weren't always finding the open person. We'd get into the lane and try to create on our own instead of kicking it out, because those are wide open shots for us, and those are good looks too. But our runs were very good, and they obviously, like you said, they were keyed by our defense.
I did notice, though, tonight there was a lot of – it's almost like the Maroons were not in front of them. Girls were making passes, and a lot of them with that dribble hand. We always hate, dribbling and trying to pass with the hand. But they were trying to pass through 2 girls right in front of them, and it was almost like they didn't see them.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on there offensively, but it was one of those things that we battled through, and we defense carried us, and then we made some shots there in the second half.
Yeah, as we look at the offense, if it wasn't for the end of the first quarter or second quarter when Taylor hit 3 buckets and she ends the half with 10, then the second half you picked it up, and that's when Jada got hot inside. You started sharing the ball a little bit more, and then the fourth quarter as well. And I do like the fact that Madeline comes in after she hit that 3-pointer late to send it to overtime in the first game. Mm-hmm. She wastes no time shooting the ball. She comes up and fires a couple.
Well, she knows we would have yelled at her if she didn't shoot those, because open shots she's got to knock down. She shoots them, and she's a good outside shooter. So we're gonna get upset with her if she doesn't shoot.
I'll tell you what, if Moline does not find a way to get Terrell into that offense and shooting, she's the one that hit 3 threes in the last. That is a positive spot for those girls, and they're not too bad a ball team.
No, they're not, and we didn't do a very good job of marking her up, especially in the fourth quarter. We got kind of worried about the person on the baseline and didn't get out and guard the wing, but I thought for the most part we did a pretty good job.
Indeed, after a few days off here. Now we go to Saturday to Granite City. What's Granite City got?
They're down a little bit this year. It's the couple decent guards, but it's one of those you got to go and take care of business, and then we'll go drive over to Columbia after that, and then we'll stay there Saturday night, go somewhere decent to eat, and then come out and go play in that Sophie Classic on Sunday. And I imagine in that one, Columbia battle year in, year out has got to be tough. Yeah, they are. They're an athletic team. They'll want to get up and down. It's kind of like a Rock Island team where they really scrappy. It's kind of an ugly type game, and so we've got to play our type of game. We've got to handle the ball, and we've got to knock down some shots. And for those out there, the Norm Stewart was at the Mizzou Arena. This one is at Columbia College? Yeah, this one's at Columbia College on Sunday. It actually goes Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but with us having a game on Saturday, we're playing Sunday. So. And it's kind of a highlight, though, too, to be on the 1 o'clock game on Sunday. It is. It'll be fun. The girls are excited about it, and, we'll see another hotel stay. And I'm not sure, too, is this a new facility? Do you know anything about the facility at all? It's not. Oh, I mean, it's it's been there for a few years, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been.
But it's not the original one from there.
No.
Because they had a great program when Ryan Nyson played down there, and I stopped in that gym a couple times.
Yeah.
But they talked about the arena, and I had a feeling it was a nicer place.
They replaced the rims after Nyson left.
Yeah. You heard that, didn't you, Ryan?
Yeah.
If he's out there listening. Well, great win, though, out here, and then we get back into the Western Big Six. So first round, 5-2, can't complain.
No.
And we got Galesburg and East Moline coming to us in the second round.
They do. So we've got to take care of business before there, but we got a lot of basketball yet to play.
Sounds good. A lot of fun tonight there, Coach. Thanks for joining us here, and good luck this weekend.
Thanks for having us.
You got it there. That's Brad Dance. Of course, his comments are brought to you by Kunis Honda and Kunis Hyundai, powered by Kunis Honda and Hyundai, as Jeff Kahn says over there. Stop by and see him today. Faith, family, and giving back. All right, now we got to get back to the scoring there. I'm glad Coach made a quick trip up here. I always love when they make a trip. I think he made the quick trip up because he missed us at the State Farm. But at the State Farm, it was one of those where they were busy taking pictures. He got third place, the excitement, and so no problem there. And, of course, for the girls' programs, I do have to admit, when you haven't had anybody covering you, having someone covering you is a new one. So after the ball games, it's an adjustment out there. So anyway, breaking it down for you here, Terrell, she had, we mentioned those 2 buckets in the second and third quarter for 8 points, came out with 9 in the last one. She had 17 to lead on the other side. Marilyn Lewis, she had 4 points. 6 points, 2 threes from Layla Jackson from Moline. Now, it wasn't Velasquez, it was our Phantom player that had 4 points, and I never did catch that. She was number 45. We'll do a double check on that before the ball game. She was not on the rosters. And the last one was a 3-pointer by Cameron Harris late in the ball game. That was 34 for Moline. Now, this one's going to take a little more time here, folks, because I'm going to have to do some adding here on the air, so I hope you don't mind. As we had, I'm going to go just this route. Taylor Foley, she had 7 in the second half. She had 10 in the first half. That's 17 for Taylor Foley. Madeline Hamby came in the ball game in the fourth quarter, hit 2 threes. She had 6. Layla Dade had 2 threes in the second half. She had 7 in the second half, 4 in the first half. That's 11. We had Jada Brown. Jada only 1 bucket in the first half. She had 3 in the second half. 13 points for the ball game. Jasmine Lewis came in late. She did not score. Cameron Bykus was in throughout the game. She did not score. Miley Longcore hit a 3 early in the ball game. She had a bucket and 2 free throws late. She has 7. 2 points out of Kate Medemeyer from that great move down the left block. Leah Chevalier scored 7 in the first half, did not score in the second, and 2 points for Bree Leonard for the Devils, and that is 65 as the Devils improve to 14-4. 13-11 for Foley, Brown, and Dade, respectively. Tell you, a lot of good things happened tonight from a lot of good players. I think Taylor Foley, though, played pretty consistent on offense and defense. She is my player of the game, as I could have picked a few more, and I love the way the Devils play D. Much like their boys' counterpart, they work on defense, and if you heard Coach, he's stealing my logo or my slogan from the last 3 years with the Devils, taking care of business. So he may get the BTO shirts before the Devils do, but that's what I love to hear, taking care of business on the defensive end first. Well, we've had a lot of fun out here. Hope you have too. The first games of the new year, 2024. Tomorrow night we will be at Alleman Catholic as the Blue Devils will travel up there. We'll let everybody else go down to Pittsfield. Saturday we'll be down at Highland for that ball game, and who knows, we might end up at the Lady Raider game if we get out of there quick enough. And then on Sunday we're still double checking whether or not we're going to be at Columbia or not. We're just waiting for them to call us back. We're ready to get in the gas and get in the car. Brought to you by Kunis Honda and Hyundai, as Reed O'Brien made a trip in here tonight. And of course we'll be talking about him when we get up to Moline, because Reed was one of those scorers in one of those games last year against Alleman, one of the top scorers. So we'll have a chance to talk about him tomorrow night. Well, it's been fun out here. I hope you had fun too. As I always look to call from my producer, that's me. I talked to Coach Pettit. He's not here tonight, but he will be at Alleman Catholic. So Devils start off 2024 with a victory. The final score here, the Blue Devils 65, the Maroons 34. And you've been listening to Blue Devil Basketball on mechasportsco.com. Good night, everyone.